Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and I have a very special guest today. I've got Danielle Wester. How are you?
Good. Nice and warm in Bali, so can't complain.
I know. I've been following on Instagram, and definitely have jealous vibes. Definitely. But it's
Sending
good.
you warmth.
Yes. But it's really nice to have you on the show. You've got an amazing collection coming up, and I want the Serpents to know about it, to know about the Discord community, and some of the ways that you've some of the things that you've done, to get this artwork to where it is today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I remember it feels like yesterday we were talking about having a chat about this. So thank you. I really
Yes,
appreciate
yes,
it.
yes, yes. I remember. It was a cold night all the way in Adelaide, um, on a cold winter night. But no, I
It
did.
was freezing.
It was, it was. But no, no, I've been following your journey since we met. So for the Serpents, for those that don't know, we met at a meetup in Adelaide, which was to do with NFTs and blockchain and innovation, and it was hosted by Fluidity, and we got to talk about what you've got coming up as well. And at the time, it was you weren't sure when exactly it was going to launch, but I just saw yesterday that we do have some dates now, and it's actually coming up really soon.
Yeah, really soon, which is so exciting. There were a few things that we had to iron out. I think that's always my motto is like do things properly, don't rush into things. So, but yeah, we're currently in launch week now. So Whitelist launch is tomorrow,
Mm.
and Saturday the 20th is public launch. So I'm so excited. I've literally been working on this for like a year. So it's crazy. I've dropped little collections in between. This is a bigger one, and yeah, it's just been really nice to see everyone's response as well. It's beautiful.
It is. So is there still an opportunity for people to join the whitelist today?
Yes, like last day today. Yes,
Okay, so
definitely.
today's the last
Yeah.
day. So what I'll do is I will edit this in record time and get it out there to the community, because the last thing I want is for it to launch tomorrow and all these people try to join your Discord and nobody's allowed. That would
Everyone's
be a
like, what?
what
No,
do you
well,
do?
Discord will always be open. I think that's my Discord's quite small. It's funny, I was speaking to someone the other day and they're like, oh, I'll mod it for you. We want it to grow and grow and grow. And I'm like, oh, that's not really like my intention at the moment. Like I actually enjoy it being quite small, and I really know everyone that's in there and can have a conversation and literally know everyone, like how you're in Discord and we're like, who's this person.
Yes.
I'm well aware of who everyone is, and I think it's really nice like that. Maybe it'll grow one day, but at the moment I think I like an intimate community. So if you're about that and you want to share the good vibes and support other creatives and other people in the space, and that's definitely a good place to be.
Awesome. Now, before we go into the collection from the Serpent followers who don't know who you are as an artist, if you could give them just a brief introduction to who you are and some of the things that happen throughout your journey.
Yeah, of course. So I've been an artist or been on this journey, I guess, for about 12 years now. I started as a traditional artist, you could say, on canvas, and then transitioned into murals probably about 7 years ago. So from canvases to murals, that took me into large scale buildings and hanging off the big machinery that I do and things like that. And then obviously I came across the Web3 space at the start of 2021, and I sort of dived into that. It was more so I guess the freedom that it was giving artists, and seeing what artists were coming up with, and like really producing their best work. I was like, this must be a really supportive space to be a part of. So so I've been in that space for about 18 months while still trying to balance every other aspect of my business and all the other moving parts. So it's been a crazy couple of years, but definitely have felt more supported in Web3 than what I have ever felt in my whole 12-year journey, really. So hopefully that's a bit of a rundown.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's fascinating, because it is new, and there are so many new opportunities coming up with Web3. And so artists are supporting one another. You've got, you know, people that are jumping on board these collections, and, you know, they, you know, start to promote you. Very different to traditional art.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they can retweet, they can share it, they can, you know, invite their friends to join Discord communities, which, you know, as an artist, you've never, you know, imagine as an artist, as a traditional artist, you go, oh, hey, you can join my Discord community. Like, it would never
Yeah.
happen.
No, and that's the thing. Like, you know, as a traditional artist, it was more like I'd just sort of be putting out work, and yes, like, you know, it was beautiful to see the response from people, but I feel like you didn't really have that community aspect, and I perhaps was probably taking all the praise and not actually being able to like really connect with that community. So yeah, it's been really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think something to for the listeners to know about you, and if they start to follow your socials, they'll see what I mean by that, is that you do show all sides of, you know, you don't just show the professional side, you know, like you show like what you're up to and where you're going and the bloopers, you know, you got artwork falling on you, you know, like all of those, right? Because and it makes people get to know you, and then
Yeah.
the artwork is on top of that as well. So now you've mentioned that it's been a year in the making, this latest
Yeah.
collection. So I'm dying to hear about it. So tell me, tell me
Yeah.
what you know.
So it started as quite a small collection, and then as I sort of the meaning, I guess, came to light and started to dive into it, it's now a collection of 11 pieces. It's called Luminary, and it's basically Luminary means to inspire and to influence. So I've chosen 11 luminaries essentially, and they have all faced adversities, hardship in life, illness, disease, you know, racial discrimination. They've had incredible journeys, and I guess I've picked these subjects so that hopefully everyone can connect to one of them. And yeah, this collection is essentially just to inspire people to do better, and that you great no matter where you are in life, or no matter what adversities you face, you know, and no matter what scale it is, no matter what field you're in, you can do better, and you can definitely leave the world a better place.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. So I saw yesterday you posted a little bit on Instagram about some of the details. So
Mm-hmm.
there is 11 of them, and then there's a obviously there's combination of a total, I think, of 121. Is that?
21. Yeah.
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 So 11 being, and there's animations as well that go for 11 seconds. So 11 is like my angel number, and it basically sparks intuition and awareness. And that's why I've chosen that number and landed that number as well. So yeah, so there's 11 different artworks, 11 NFTs of each. Also, there's 11 physical artworks, which they will be raffled to one of the 11 people who purchase an NFT. And with that NFT, you also get a physical A2 print and a special piece of memorabilia as well. So you're guaranteed 2 physical items, if not a physical painting and a memorabilia as well.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Now I saw something about the actual price of how much the pre-sale will be. So if you could, you know, tell the listeners a little bit about that.
Yeah, so 0.22 Ethereum, which is 11 times 2. So there's always there's the number to
What was the
sneak it
meaning?
in. Yeah. So that's a purchase price for the NFT, and obviously included in that is, like, if you win the physical, it's worldwide shipping, and you get your print delivered and your memorabilia, which will be a couple of months after the mint. But there'll be a form at the end of the mint page to fill in your details, and we'll send that out automatically.
That's really, really cool. So what are your thoughts about, you know, like the last, you know, 12 months, you know, going through this journey of creating this collection? Well, what are some of the things that you've learned along the way? Because this is your third drop, is that correct?
Yeah, so this is my third drop, and I've never actually, this is my biggest collection to date. I've never done a collection this big. So it's definitely, I was like, oh, I can do it. And once you sort of dive into it, you're like, whoa, this is a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. I think, especially in the Web3 space, not being a very tech savvy person, you know, simple things like working with developers and and working with a whole heap of different people that I've never had to work with before. It's been a huge learning curve. And I guess, yeah, just the scale of it and the fact that I wanted to marry my physical artwork with digital. So we've actually done animations. So that was quite a new process and a lengthy process at that, which you always think these things are going to be easy, but they're never. So again, it's just been a really good challenge. My first few collections were only 3 one-of-ones each, and this one's a bit bigger. So I think it's the best way to grow and the best way to I guess connect and see what your audience like as well, and what they see value in and what they see meaning in. And I have learned over my last few drops as well, and developing this one, that people do sort of like, they do like the fact that I'm bridging the gap between physical and digital as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really cool aspect to it. And it certainly opened my eyes to the difference between, you know, someone who just goes out there and randomly generates 10,000 images, you know, which are all computer rendered in 2 minutes, you know, compared to somebody like yourself who takes a whole year, you know, to come up with, you know, the entire collection. There's a physical element to it. There's a artistic, you know, like NFT element to it as well. Do you think, you know, like, just out of curiosity, do you think in the future, with future drops, you might also add music to your artwork as well, like in the future? Is that something that you thought about? I just thought about it now, so I thought, let me ask you.
No, definitely. I'm in talks with a few people at the moment, and I think as a creator, collaboration is probably one of the coolest and most, like, it gives you the most opportunity to reach more people, and that's essentially what you want to do. So I think yeah, I did do a digital design for Tropics. He's a DJ in the US, and he sort of released like a collection with that. So but I did the physical, and he added music to it, of course. But yeah, so I'm definitely that was a good trial run to see if I enjoyed exploring that, and I definitely do. So I think yeah, stay tuned with that.
Good. Awesome. And so for the listeners, how do they get to know more about you? Where do they go to find out about the collection? Where do they go to, you know, follow your journey more?
So my website, www.daniellesartwork.com, has all of my past work, and it also has a link to the Luminary page. If you want to jump in Discord, you can get that link from my Twitter, and the Whitelist is also on my Twitter as well. And then I'm also across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of the things, and it's Danielle's Artwork across all of those platforms.
Awesome. So you were able to secure that, you know, like, and have it consistent across all the platforms.
Yeah. Oh, the only one I couldn't have it consistent across was Twitter, because it has a short name. So it's like DW Artworks.
Okay.
So I think I was one short. So sorry about that. But yeah, that's my all of my social links are on my website as well, if that's easier.
And is it still running that the people that are part of Discord are able to go in the draw to win one of the artworks as well? Is that still going?
We've finished the giveaway, which was hilarious, because I never thought it would be so hard to give away 5 NFTs, but everyone was just not online. So in the end, we have finished that, but in the end, I picked 2 numbers between 1 and 100, and whoever guessed the correct got the last 2 giveaways. So it was quite fun. It was like yeah. So it was quite fun, because everyone's like, what do we have to do for the giveaway? I'm like, just be in the Discord and be online. How hard is that? So yeah, so we got there in the end. So that's finished, but I'll definitely have more giveaways in my next drops for sure.
Love it. Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure to have you on the show. Hopefully for the listeners, they learned something new today, and I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that whitelist.
You're an absolute legend. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.